Ticket2Reality. We are joined again by a special guest for the second week in a row, which is kind of cool. We miss you, TJ, but it's nice to have some
But
other
do we?
friends.
Do
Do
we
we?
miss him?
I don't know. Maybe
I'm
we
sorry.
don't.
Sorry.
Maybe he
Sorry.
doesn't miss us either. I don't know. But first, as always, we are joined by the wonderful Lee Swift, finalist of season 2 of The Circle. Lee, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling better about my draft pick because I think
Good.
I have the winner, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, I'm feeling
Yes.
good. I'm glad CJ's back. Uh, now that this has been his second, time with us, I'll probably start picking on him. That's sort of my MO. So get ready,
Yeah.
no problem. But
It's just,
anyway,
it's the
I'm
way of the
ready.
world.
I'm ready to talk
Awesome.
some reality TV.
Let's go. CJ. So this is CJ from Fandom Academy and fellow agent. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm really excited. This Big Brother season continues to be so entertaining, and I can't wait to talk about it
Yes.
more.
Sounds good. Well, before we get into Big Brother, there are some other cool reality shows out right now. One of them is Claim to Fame. Lee, would you like to introduce us to that show? Kind of talk about
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
little
It
bit?
actually ended, but you can go
Oh, it did.
back and watch it on Paramount
Yeah,
Plus.
sounds good.
The whole premise, if you haven't seen it, is these people that are related to celebrities. It could be nephew, niece, child, husband, whatever. They have this sort of by osmosis to fame, and so this is their chance to come and grab fame for themselves. And uh, two Jonas brothers. Kevin's one of the hosts, and then the brother who is not, who is to me my favorite Jonas brother. Just saying, I love him. Are the hosts, and they're great. And but the idea is they're all in the house together. Really nice digs too, and they're trying to hide who their celebrity connection is,
Mm.
and so they have clues. There's a board in the hallway that has all these little items on it that are clues to everybody in the house. For instance, one of the guys, his name is Hugo, and he's the grandson of Jimmy Carter, the president.
Oh,
So they had a peanut, and they had different, a president. I think there was a presidential seal and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and what they do is they have games where if you win the game, you can get a clue about somebody in the house, and they have all these little books, and they're all trying to figure each other out. So I just kind of liked it. It was fun. I won't
so is
spoil.
everybody
Go ahead.
definitely related to a celebrity, or is it like them
Yes,
trying to? Okay, so everybody like for sure is.
it's everybody. In fact, if you guys have some sort of relation to a celebrity, they are reaching out, casting for season 3
Interesting.
because this was
Ooh.
season 2. Um, and so I loved the one guy. I don't want to spoil it if people go back, but there were some pretty good players, to be honest. But the very first episode, this is tease you guys to go watch it. Um, and I'll go ahead because it's the first episode.
Yeah.
It's Tom Hanks, I think, niece,
Ooh.
and when she loses, because at the end of each episode, they have the two people that are in the bottom. One of them has to vote. They have to pick somebody and guess who that person's celebrity is. And if they get it right, then that person goes home. If they get it wrong, then they go home. Well, the guy who's Jimmy Carter's grandson picked Tom Hanks' niece and guessed right. And she
Ooh.
had this complete, utter meltdown. The first episode's worth it just to watch that.
Yeah.
She stomps off screaming, I needed more screen time. It's not fair. It's worth it.
I love a meltdown.
It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Chef kiss
Okay. I
reality
love that.
TV. And then I want to talk about the challenge because
Oh yeah, go for it.
I'm watching the challenge. It always comes on right after Big Brother. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. The vets are now they're calling it the hat trick, which is this a hockey term, and they are turning it around because Big Brother and Survivor were kind of getting rid of all these challenge vets, which the challenge started on MTV, and they ended up getting those two shows fighting each other because
Mm.
they're saying, okay, we're gonna survive this. So Great show. I love them. I think they're so fun. I'm Big Brother. I'm definitely Big Brother on the challenge. I want Big
Yeah.
Brother to win. Tiffany, my girl Tiffany from the Cookouts on there, and I love her so much. So Monty, who won that season, is on there. So it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. There's some people you definitely want to watch. And if you like Survivor, you'll know people from Survivor as well. So cool.
We should do that next and just have the trifecta of CBS.
I think you've got to be in such physical shape. There is just no way. The last night's, well, was it last night? What night is this? I don't even know. Anyway, the last episode, they put them on this glass and high up above the water, and they did trivia. Each team was on it, and then they kept tilting it. And the only way to hold on was like keep your skin on it because it kept tilting.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
just physically, how do you do that?
No.
So
thank
anyway.
you.
I'll pass
Anyway.
on that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
But it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. CJ,
Yeah.
I know you're in school, but start watching it. We can talk about the challenge. It's so fun.
I need to get on that as well. Yeah, speaking of people who are in great physical shape, not me, but everybody on Love Island is in very good shape. They're all very attractive people. But that just finished up, and so TJ, I'm gonna get you guys confused now. TJ has missed one too many episodes now, so I'm just gonna take over the Love Island talk. Sorry. So since it is over, we have our winners, and this will be spoilers for Love Island USA season 2, I guess. I don't know. So Marco and Hannah are the winners, which is honestly not a surprise to me because they coupled up early on. They were like one of the first couples, and they stayed together the entire time. They didn't find anybody in Casa Amor. They pretty much were just closed off pretty much the entire time. And there's been some people that have kind of I liked and then I didn't like, and now I'm kind of back to liking. Leo, I won't say he completely redeemed himself, but he kind of did. He put all of his effort into getting Cassie back after he slept with somebody during Casa Amor. It was a whole thing. And so I didn't really like him, but I'm just like, okay, like, if Cassie is willing to trust you again, then I will have my girls back. So it's just, you know what? It ended up being a really good season. And Bergie, who is this adorable guy who was there from the beginning, at first couldn't find anybody. He has like no experience. He has never had a girlfriend. Maybe kissed like 5 people, I think is what he said before he got onto Love Island. And he ended up with a girlfriend by the end of it. And I just honestly love that for him. He's so sweet. And so I'm really rooting for all of these couples. I'm excited to see what happens. It's kind of cool because it's all been happening in real time. So something like The Bachelor, where like they get engaged at the end, a few months have passed and you don't really know where they're at in their relationship. But I'm kind of excited to see how long these couples last, because you have kind of a bubble of they've been in Fiji living in this big house for like 2 months together constantly, and then you step out into the real world and you have to deal with real life stress like money and family and all sorts of stuff. So I'm curious to see how these couples fare in the real world. I think that sometimes that tends to get to people, so we shall see. But it was a good season.
Cool.
I definitely recommend the show. This is my first time watching it, and I really enjoy it. Honestly, I'm enjoying it more than some other. I like it better than Love is Blind. That's for sure.
Wow, that's high
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah, and honestly, like I don't know. I just like to shit on Love is Blind. It's just kind of fun. I sit and watch it and I enjoy it, but I like to shit on it sometimes.
I tried to watch
But-
Love is
Well,
Blind
yeah,
and
once,
then
I
your
couldn't.
favorite,
It's it's
her
there's a lot
favorite
of-
contestant. Tell them who your
Oh.
favorite contestant.
Oh,
Starts with a
God.
B.
Oh, I hate that guy. Oh, Bartiz, literally the worst. And shout out to Sam, who we've had on the season 5 winner of the Circle, who has the same feelings about Bartiz as most of us. It would be on site if I saw him, probably. So I really do not like that guy. But
Okay,
yeah,
let's bring on
let's-
Bartiz.
yeah, let's bring it back up. We're just gonna have like the
barista. We're bringing on my barista.
Yes, exactly. That's much much better.
Okay, I figured it would be.
Yeah, so I don't know. I enjoyed the show. So another one that I recommend for if you're gonna watch any like reality dating show, I would recommend this and Bachelor in Paradise.
Love it.
So that
Love
should
it.
be fun. Well, let's pivot into the main event because there's been some interesting stuff going on with Big Brother. It's getting really good. There's
It
definitely
is.
there's some specific alliances, but then there's just like Suri and her alliance with like the entire house somehow. Don't really know how that happened, but that's been interesting. So CJ, I know you've been
Oh, don't let
loving
him
this
go
season.
first. He's the new kid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go
Lee,
ahead.
you have your time now.
I know. I have to pick on him.
After three appearances, though, you become like you're still a guest, but like you're kind of just a
Yeah.
regular, so everybody
Yeah.
gets their equal time.
If I'm not picking on you, it means I don't like you. So, but go
Well,
ahead.
hey,
Give
you
us
don't
your
really pick
little
on me.
opinion about Big Brother. Go ahead.
But your whole thing is you don't pick on me, so does that mean you don't really like me?
Well,
Secretly?
no, actually, you're way
The
high. You
truth
know.
comes out.
Oh no, you're the queen of Ticket to Reality, and you're the queen of my heart. I love you.
Okay, all right, CJ, you can talk the entire time.
Oh man,
Turning this into the trial of Lee.
it was, wasn't it? And I'm losing.
He's like, ooh.
Oh
That's okay. I love
jeez.
you. It's all
you
all
know.
good. It's
I
all
know.
we all have.
But go ahead, CJ.
Anyway,
What's
go
your
ahead.
opinion?
What do you think about the season so far? It's been a good one.
It's been a wild week since we talked last week, honestly.
Yeah.
They opened this Sunday episode up with, like what you said, announcement of like 8 different new alliances that have formed in the past week.
Yeah.
Where the hell did all those come from? It just seems like everyone in the house just needs to be in like 8 different alliances in order to secure their safety, which is like already proven to backfire on a couple of them. Like, they're playing weird Big Brother. I'm into it because it's really chaotic and it's really fun, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely it is really interesting because I mean this is only my second season watching, but it seemed like before like you want to have your very like tight knit specific alliances, but there's just so many. I like watched
It's
that. I was
hard
like,
to
where the
keep
hell
up.
did these come from? Yeah, they just kind of like came out of nowhere and they all like overlap. So it's like it's almost as if like the entire house should just like sit down and like I don't know. It seems kind of weird.
You know
Lee,
what
do
the
you think?
glue
Oh,
is?
you're good.
Cerie's
It is
almost in
Cerise.
every single
Yeah.
one of them. And I'm
Yep.
just like, I'm like, oh my gosh,
She's just kind of
people.
like the puppet master. It seems.
Well,
like,
She is.
Yeah.
She runs that house.
She does. Yeah.
She's running the house. Did you see CJ? Did you see her on Traders?
I didn't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch that.
Go see Traders because you just see how brilliant she is at manipulating people and getting things the way she wants. Especially the very last episode of that was absolutely genius, brilliant, incredible. So I'm scared of her because she's not on my team. She's on TJ's team. But I'm gonna hold up for my Corey man. I think Corey's playing a pretty incredible game. And by the way, I kind of like this America and Corey little showmance.
I love their dynamic.
I'm here for it. It's really cute. Like I'm really rooting for them, honestly. Corey just seems like a really great guy, and America seems awesome. So I'm happy for them.
Well, when she was saying they were on the hammock, and she goes, "He really doesn't know how to flirt." And of course, CBS showed us some of his attempts at flirting, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing! I love this guy so much. I wanted to win so bad. I wanted to win so bad because I think he's such a super fan. I didn't realize because they hadn't shown that how much of a super fan she is."
Yeah,
and so I'm just like, she knew the pressure cooker and she knew, all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, I'm living for that. And I think they're
everybody was like, what's the pressure cooker? And then Corey and America were just kind of like,
obviously, of course I was 3 when they had it, but I know it because I went back and watched everything. I like them a lot. I like them a lot. I think, and I like the pressure cooker. I thought it was fun. I think they stayed on it a little too long as far as the show. To me, it was a little bit lengthy. I I hated the snake thing because I hate
Me too.
snakes.
It's weird.
I also
I
thought
was
it was
like,
really weird that they were just like in a container in the middle because like there was
Were
nothing
they
they
like
could do to
feeding
the
them?
people. I
Yeah,
have no
right.
idea. Like all the people are like freaking out over the snakes. I'm like,
They're
they're
like, oh
not gonna
no.
touch it. Like they're
the
trapped.
Okay.
flies were worse than the
The
snakes.
flies were way worse. I saw that
Yeah,
and I gagged. I was like,
same.
ugh.
I would literally just be like, especially if I didn't need a HOH, I would have been out of there as soon as those flies started
Peace.
buzzing
Yo.
around. Like,
Well,
bye.
you
Some
Oh
of
yeah,
kind
the
this
of.
this.
I
Oh,
thought Corey was right though, because he knew he didn't want it, but he wanted to do a good showing, so it seemed like it, because you
yeah.
don't want to see, you don't want anybody to think, oh, they're just coasting. So that's why I like his gameplay a lot. I mean,
Me
are
too.
you guys thinking the same thing? I just really think
yeah.
he's playing very well.
And he's
Yeah.
been throwing comps since like week one. Like he knows what's dangerous, what's a bad idea, what would make him a target, and he is staying away from it. But he's still playing the game. I think he's doing a phenomenal, phenomenal job with it. Like
I
I
agree.
think he's
Yeah,
probably my clear favorite right now, just because I don't see anything holding him back.
Yes.
I agree. Even though he's not on my team, I would be really happy to see him win. His social game is really good right now, and he's like very strategically picking like what to focus on. He's pretty much doing the opposite of Michael last season, who just won all of the comps and did not care. And then when it was too late, it was like, oh, maybe I should stop winning
Yeah,
these comps. I'm
yeah.
like, maybe
But I
you should.
loved him. I
I
loved
know. I
I
Michael.
love
love him
I
so
Michael.
much.
I mean, he made some
He's great.
mistakes and stuff, but
Yeah, but
I
he's
thought he was another one that I liked
yeah.
quite a bit.
I kind of also, so I know like Heisem was evicted last week, and as much as I hated his game, I kind of I like him as a person, and like I just think he just is kind of iconic. Like some of the like sound bites and stuff we've been getting from him, like after when he's been doing his interviews, I'm like it's really hard for me to dislike him as a person.
His
What do you
interview
guys
with
think of
Julie
him?
was so
It was
like
so
awkward
funny.
because
Yeah,
he would make a joke and start like dying laughing, and no
right.
one else was, and I was just like,
I'm just like, what are you doing? Yeah,
it was
I'm
wild.
100% with him. I'm
yeah,
with you. I thought terrible game player,
yeah,
and also he's a typical doctor.
yeah.
Doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had friends that are doctors, and had, and they really do have this God complex that I'm right,
Yeah.
and I think he came in pretty strong. But I think you're right. I think he's actually probably a pretty nice guy. A little
Yeah.
socially awkward, but
Yeah.
I think I would like him a lot
Yeah,
actually
me
out
too.
in the real world. In
Right.
in the in
And
the
Big Brother.
Big Brother house, not so
No.
much. I still say that was a mistake for the professors to get rid of him, because I think they could have kept him for a couple more weeks, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he had an off week, because let him keep winning and shooting at
Right.
everybody else, and but that's neither here
I think
nor
they
there.
realized that too. Like
Yeah,
it seemed like on Thursday's episode, they kind of realized they had fucked up a little bit,
Yeah,
but it was
totally.
too late to like go back on it.
yeah,
But
Yeah, I understand why. I mean, it was a big backdoor. They had to follow through with it, but I think it could have worked to their advantage a little bit if they did end up keeping him, because he was just like at that point, like, I'm with you guys. So he probably could have kept him for a few more weeks to like with that loyalty aspect. But yeah, I understand why they did what they did.
Thursday made me realize I always hate backdoors. I hate backdoors because
Yes.
even
stressful.
if the person is like the worst person on the planet, he trusted them with his whole
Yeah.
heart, and it just hurts to see someone go through that. Like I was
It's
sitting
so
there
bad.
like I felt terrible for him, and even though he was a terrible player and he probably did deserve to
Right.
go home, it
Yep.
was like, man, I can't imagine what he's feeling right now. Like that has to be terrible.
That has to be such a gut punch. Like
Yeah.
I felt so I was like, oh god, I felt so, and you could just tell that like Felicia and like Izzy and like they all felt really, they were just like fuck. But like
Because he seemed like
yeah,
empty afterwards. Like
he
he
seemed
seemed like a
really
completely
upset.
different person. Yeah.
Yeah. You just could not help but feel bad.
Yeah.
And he realized too that he had made mistakes, and I think that was, I appreciated seeing him apologize for that, and then everybody apologized to him. It was hard to watch though, that
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
eviction.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
also,
Go ahead. Go ahead, CJ.
I was kind of surprised because on cams, like everyone was talking about this America Heisem blow up. Like apparently there
Oh
was some
yeah,
blow
that's
up,
right. I saw.
and they
Yeah,
didn't acknowledge it or show it. So I thought that was
yeah,
really weird because that seems like something they would
yeah,
want to show because they love to show blow ups. Like that gets
yeah. I'd
them
love to see some.
views.
Yeah. Well, oh no, this reminded me. One thing I didn't like about the pressure cooker was like I understand it's a scary verse and like they have to do all sorts of stuff with like the lights, but like I don't think that was great with like Matt not being able to hear and now he
I
can't even
agree.
see. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really not that didn't
They've
really
done
sit right
Matt
with
dirty
me.
in a lot of these competitions. The one where he had
I
the
Yeah.
veto for Riley, where he had the headphones on, like that's so unfair to
Yeah.
him.
Like that
yeah
it's like like you could try to be a little bit more accessible. Like I feel like there's ways around it. Like I don't think like the whole sensory deprivation thing was really great.
yeah I agree with you. I with both of you. I think Matt, and he's really not any on. He was on Heisem's radar, but nobody
Yeah.
else's. So I
Yeah.
think he's probably going to go far. But
I
I
think so too.
really don't like that they're not accommodating
Oh,
him because
Yeah.
they should be. They
Oh yeah.
should modify these
no.
games. But physical challenges. He's physically he may
Yeah.
pull it out, and I look forward to his HOH. I think he's
Me
going to
too.
get one, and I can't wait to see what he does because it's going to be interesting. Okay, can I switch
Yeah.
gears just for a second?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that we know who the head of household is, we're going to spoil it, right? So Cameron outlasts everybody, and you could tell that Felicia and Sari and Izzy were like, no, and so, but what I've been thinking about what Cameron should be doing.
Hmm.
We know who he picked. We'll talk about that at the end. But what do you guys think would be the best play for him? We know what he did, but is there a better play for him?
I think right now he probably made the safe decision. I think if you're gonna go after Felicia, Suri, or Izzy, you need to do it kind of via backdoor. Because if you let any of
Yeah.
those three women with Suri, because Suri is basically that unit, like she runs that team. If you let her have a chance to talk to voters, it could end up poorly for Cameron because Suri's just so good. But I do think he's doing a smart move going after Blue and Jag, especially Jag. Jag's a really good player, and if he's vulnerable right now, I don't think it's a bad time to take a swing. You might miss, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I do think going after Blue is a little curious. I thought that was a little weird because especially with him and Blue and Jared in a showmance right now,
Yeah.
I think that makes if either of them win HOH next week, I think that puts the target back on Cameron's back, and that's two extra people, and then Cerise with Jared too. So who knows what she'll do in that situation? So I feel like he was a little bit, uh, I guess, blood hungry going after Blue. I think maybe a Bowie next to Jag would have been smarter, or like a floater of some sort. But I get why he
Yeah.
did what he did. I also don't know where this anger out of Felicia, Izzy, and Sari towards Cameron came from. Because it seems like just less than a week ago they were working together, and now all of a sudden they're like terrified of him, and they're in an alliance, and he wins HOH, and they're terrified of getting put on the block. Like I feel like I missed something almost. Like I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that did kind of seem out of nowhere because I don't really. I'm kind of like I'm trying to figure out like where Cameron is standing in the house. Like I know he's with Red, but I'm trying to figure out what's his best, alliance. I guess.
He kind of plays both
He's in a
sides.
very
Like
weak.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a very weak position. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand why he thought he had to win HOH because he probably was going to be out the door, so that was probably the right thing. But
Right.
he is, I think he's in a very. I mean, and again, he's on my fantasy Big Brother team. So, but I'm with you, CJ. I was what the blue one threw me because I
Yeah.
think that's he knows that Jared's tight with those three women. I know they're trying to hide it, but it's got to be obvious. They're talking, they're sitting, they're whispering.
Yeah.
So he's got to know it. I don't know who I would have put up, but I don't think I would have put up blue.
Okay.
Maybe McCall, because if that, I don't know if that alliance, if they know that she's in with them,
Hmm.
I don't know if the, what is it, the bad bitches? What
the
was
bye
that
bye
Yeah.
game?
bitches.
Bye bye
Bye bye
bitches.
bitches.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know if that's out. If that's not out, I think maybe McCole would have been a better one next to Jared or something, because I thought that was a mistake putting up Blue. I did.
Yeah.
And so, but if the veto is used and
Mhm.
Jag is taken down, who do you think he needs to put up?
I think he'll jump the gun and put Izzy up. I think after the stuff he's heard from Red, and he obviously really trusts Red, I think that would probably make most sense. But I honestly wouldn't be shocked either if the noms stay the same. If noms
Yeah.
stay the same, that alliance is going to have to choose between Blue and Jag, and honestly, I don't know who they would choose.
It's gonna be rough.
I think they'll pick
'Cause
Jag. Jag's
you
more
think?
dangerous
Yeah.
than Blue.
I
I
think
love
so
Blue.
too.
I love her,
Yeah, I love
but I
Blue.
think they'll pick Jag. I really do. And then Cameron. The only way Cameron survives is if Red wins
Red
the
wins, yeah.
HOH next week,
Yeah, otherwise
because he's out. I think.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious to see what happens if Blue and Jag stay the same with Suri, Felicia, and the Bye Bye Bitches. Because I saw on cams this week that Jared told Miss Blue a little secret that has been kept from the house. He told Blue about Suri. And if Suri
Really?
finds that out, Suri, being the genius she is, might
Oh my God.
try and get Blue out of the house fairly quickly because she's a liability now. When I saw that on TikTok, I think I saw it where he told her, I was like, Jared, you are such an
my
idiot.
God. What is
Such an
like,
idiot.
you're being so stupid. Suri is like
Oh
poor
my
Suri.
gosh! I hadn't heard
She's gonna
that.
kill him. Like,
Oh
what?
my gosh!
He's like, why? He's like I said before. He's a liability. This kid is a
Yep.
liability. Like,
And he plays the
that's
game
just
so dumb. Like, he's one of the worst
he
Big
really
Brother
is.
players I think I've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah.
Like, him and Corey got into it on cams today, I saw on TikTok.
Jesus.
It's just like, it seems like he picks fights with everyone. I remember I watched most of the pressure cooker live on cams,
Mhm.
and like maybe 15 minutes into the pressure cooker, he's like,
Yeah.
well, that, and he said something to America. He's like, "Where's America at? I haven't heard her annoying voice," or something like that. Like, he just makes
Yeah, I
comments
saw
like that for like no reason. Like, I don't know why he thinks that's a good idea in a game where the people choose your fate to be a dick to
Literally.
people, but like, he's playing so bad, and it's gonna cost Suri the game, which sucks because I actually really like Suri.
Yeah, I kind of wish Suri was in this without Jared, like, because I really like her, and she's obviously very smart and knows what she's doing. But Jared is literally her liability. Jared will end up being the reason why she gets evicted at some point, because he's just going around like, dude, just at least like I can't with him. He's pissing me off.
Yeah, I think CJ called it last week. He's gonna tank the game for her,
Yep.
especially if this happened. And think how early it is. I mean, if he
Yeah.
can't keep his mouth, this is still quite early, you know.
It's
Right.
not even week
So
5
if he
yet.
can't-
Like, we've literally only
I
had like
know.
3 people go home. Like,
We're not even to jury, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, golly, he's I just think. But what does Sari do? See, here's the flaw. Sari is going to protect Jared probably at her own demise,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, although she's such a game player, she might
She might just be like,
she-
"Look,
I-
sorry, I love you, son, but you gotta go."
yeah, she's
That's why I
she's
think-
flexible,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think if Jared tells Suri that he told Blue, and Blue's still on the block this week, Blue's gonna go home. Because Sari does not want that
No.
secret out, like, for sure. She's going to
Right.
make sure
Yeah.
Blue goes home.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. This is a tenuous week, but because I know it's early and Cameron can make I see what he's trying to do is save himself, But Red is suspicious of those people because he was left out of the Heisem thing.
Yeah.
So I think the Cameron and Red duo, it's going to take some finesse to last, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they have much length left in this
No.
game. I'd be shocked
I
if they
think
make it
Bowie's
to jury.
going to float to the
She's
end.
gonna float till the end.
Blowy's
It's like
she's
Brittany.
gonna make it to jury. Like, she's
Yeah,
gonna
she's
make
gonna
it to
make
jury.
Because
Because everyone just keeps putting targets on their backs. And usually what happens with floaters is there'll be a week where there's not a clear target and voters will go home. There has been a clear target
Exactly.
every
Yeah,
week.
she is gonna float
Who
all the way
knows?
till the end of jury. Have we lost? We lost each. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh,
Am
you're
I
back.
back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
back.
it's been
Got
doing that.
blipped.
That's all good. It's all
Yeah, it
good.
happens. Yeah, I think Bowie's just gonna float her way onto jury, and then we're gonna be like, "How the hell did you get here?" Just like freaking Terrence from last year, who just did absolutely nothing
Yeah.
and ended up at the end. I'm like, dude, you he was a really bad player,
It
in my
low-key
opinion.
annoys me that game players aren't going to be able to vote in who wins, but Bowie Jane will.
Right,
Because Bowie
right.
Jane
Yeah.
has yet to make a game move. She has not
But
Literally,
done
let's
anything.
she's not done
let's go to
shit.
one of your favorite seasons with
Oh,
Corey and Derek, and they carried. I can't remember her name. Of course, what was her name? You remember they carried? She was in the final three with Cody. I said Corey. Cody and Derek. You remember that girl that they carried that was the floater? And they carried her the whole time. And it was like, oh my God. And then when they got the final, because that was the one thing when Derek made the choice, he said, I'm going with my man Cody. And I thought, no, because he was for sure if he went with her. But I have to respect him because he said that was, that was his thing. But yeah,
Stan Cody.
Bowie will probably be in at least the final five. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
She'll make it to the
I don't know
final
about
five.
Yeah.
that far.
Oh! Let's bet. Let's bet.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
I feel like there's better flowers than Bowie in the game right now. That'll make it farther. Like I think Mimi is floating, and I feel like she'll make it farther than Bowie.
I think
So at least you got to respect that she's at least playing the game a little bit, where Bowie's
Yeah.
just exists
Bowie's
in the
literally
house.
doing nothing game wise. She just looks like a deer in headlights every time she does something. She's like, there's not a single thought behind those eyes. Like, and whenever
I would
she
keep.
does
I'm
something-
guaranteeing you. I'm keeping her. If I was in that house, I'm keeping Bowie the whole time because
Yeah.
I can beat Bowie. I can't. If I'm sitting in the final two, I can't beat Suri. I'm gunning for Suri as hard as I mean,
I think that
I'm gunning for her.
I feel like give it 3 or 4 more weeks and people will start to like go after Suri. I feel like it's only a matter of time. But she's also so good, it might like backfire. Like I'm so excited to see when this game really gets going once we get to like double evictions and stuff. Because that's when she'll thrive, I think. I think we've only seen a taste of what she can do so far. So I'm hoping Jared doesn't like stop us from getting that. Because
Well, tell me your top 3 game players.
Gameplay wise, Suri obviously, Corey number 2, and I said Jag last week, but I think he's kind of played a timid game since he was put on the block last week. I don't think it's been as strong, but this might be like recency bias, but I think low-key Felicia is playing a really good game too. Kind of flying, she's like friends and like almost like the mother of the house with everyone. Like I feel like she has a strong connection with everyone, which I see could take her far. But if not Felicia, America's playing a solid game right now too. She was floating up until about last week, but she made that deal with Cameron, which I think strengthens her bond with Cameron. If Cameron continues to make it, I feel like they'll be able to work together with Corey now too. So I feel like that could split up into a little bit of alliance as well. But those are probably my tops right now.
Yeah, I think I would say Suri, Corey, and America as well right now. I think I would put Matt closely behind. I think he's playing a really good game, even though he's kind of quiet up until now. But I think he ultimately will end up doing well.
Yeah. And I'm in a little disagreement about Felicia because I think Felicia got that. Let's face it, that's a luck HOH that she got it on.
Yeah.
It's luck.
Yeah.
And then she got kind of cocky, and she's feeling her Wheaties. But I think Corey and Suri to me are really playing well. Izzy has moments to me that she plays well, except she can't hide her emotion. I mean, when she was making it clear that she was not happy, I thought that's not smart. You gotta fake it, man. I mean, that's $750,000, baby. At the end of this, you've got to. You can't let your guard down. You got to be playing all the time.
And that's exactly what I said would happen to Izzy last week. She's such a strong game player, but she lets the emotion get the best of her a lot of the time, and she'll like very upfront person. And I told her that was going to be her hubris, her downfall in this game. and it seems like the cracks have started to form, which worries me because I love Izzy. I think she's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her go, but I'm starting to get a little scared.
Same. I agree.
Yeah. Well, you should be scared because isn't
Yeah,
Izzy
I
on
should.
your team? I'm just saying
She is.
she's on your team. You know,
I
yeah,
might have to worry
she's on
about
your
that.
team. You know, I think I'm safe this week because I don't. Who has Jag? Oh, Jag's on your team,
Oh shit, that's
and
right.
who has Blue?
I
Who
think
has
Blue
Blue?
might be. No, is Blue on my
Blue
team?
is on your team.
Oh.
What? 2 people on your team? See, I can't. I can pick on you.
Well, only one. Well, only one of them is going home, not both.
That's
Yet.
true.
So
That's
we'll
true.
see.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless Jag wins the veto and they replace.
Or America's vote comes into play.
Yeah.
Which both could remain safe. I'm very intrigued to see how this works. I was kind of confused at first because it kind of made it seem like they could have brought back players who were already evicted, like Riley or Heisem, or I don't think anyone would bring back Kirsten. But I gave all my votes to Matt because I was like, let's bring Riley back. Let's do it. Let's get this train rolling.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I like that. Yeah.
But it can only be used on the next 2 evictions. So
is that what they said? I wasn't clear about that. So it's got to be. So whoever goes home
this
Thursday,
week can be used by it,
and then the next week. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping Riley. Dang it.
Yeah. I was hoping. That's why I gave all my votes to Matt. I was like, I know Matt will do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, I guess, because Julie's been telling everyone about Jared and Sari. If they brought back one of them, that'd kind of blow up their games.
True.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see who goes next and if they use it or not. Because I feel like I know a lot of my friends voted for Corey. I don't see Corey using it unless America goes home, which I don't see that happening in the next 2 weeks. That would be wild if it did. But I kind of hate that it's only 2 weeks because now I feel like it won't be used and it'll kind of be pointless.
Yeah, because then it's just like if it's this week, if it's like Jag, and then I don't. Yeah, I don't really see.
Is it anonymous? Have they said if it's anonymous?
It's a secret competition to see who wins it. So I know the 4 players who will get to compete in the competition for it. That's secret. Like I don't think they know who else in the house got America's favorite, except they know they got it. But I don't know if they use the power, it becomes public or not. Like I'm not sure because if someone uses
if it's secret, I would maybe bring somebody back, depending on who it is, and then let them know that I did it. If I find a moment to say, "I'm the reason you're back," and because they're gonna be in jeopardy when like always when somebody they win their way back or they come back, whatever reason, they're always the next to go pretty quick. So I would say, help me out because I'm the reason you're here, and I would try that anyway. But
if it was someone I trusted, I could see. We were talking about how Cameron's probably gonna be a target next week. I think it would be interesting if Red got it and see if he would use it or not, because it would be pretty obvious that he would use it if it was a secret. Because who else in the house is gonna bring Cameron back except Red? So I'm also very curious to see who the top 4 vote getters are. I feel like Corey will definitely be one.
Yeah.
I feel like Matt will probably be one.
Yeah.
Maybe Blue. I think Blue would make a lot of sense to get one. And maybe like a Felicia or America.
I think Sari, don't you think? Because she's got all the Survivor people. I think Sari's.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about the Survivor fan base.
She's a shoe-in for it, Because I will tell you, like on my season of The Circle, Chloe, I mean, she had 1.5 million followers on Instagram, and the rest of us were like, and so she won. I mean, there was no chance for any of us. Yeah. So, I think Sari's got that. Definitely will be one of the 4. And but I tell you, Julie's doing great. By the way, I shout out. I
love Julie.
She was awesome.
So iconic.
Yeah. She's so iconic, and hopefully you're going to be meeting her next year. I'm rooting for you.
2 more years. 2 more years.
No.
Still a little
next year.
Still too a little young. Still.
Darn it.
to be
Can you get a
young
fake
again.
ID?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll work on Big Brother.
Probably not. Not on Big
Probably
Brother.
not. They got too many attorneys at
Yeah.
CBS. Darn it.
Also,
Damn attorneys, Emma.
I know, seriously.
Yeah, come
They
on,
suck.
Emma. Let
That's
me use
why
my
I'm
fake ID
not.
on Big Brother.
I've been watching
I
the
would
feeds.
allow it, but
Oh, I would too. I would allow it. CJ, please. He would wake
yeah,
up the whole. I mean, the show
exactly.
needs him. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
you'd be a great
campaigning.
player.
Yeah, you would. Who would
I'm
you?
ready.
Who would you be targeting? What would you be
Um,
doing?
so it's hard to answer this because if I was in the house, I wouldn't know all the information I know from outside the house.
True.
So it depends on what I've heard, but because they don't see Suri as such a big target of the house, but I'm just like, she's such the clear puppet master. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big swing to go after her early, so I don't know if that would be smart. I do think Jag's a smart idea. I probably would go after Jag like Cameron's doing, but also I would probably get Bowie Jane out just because it's easy and it wouldn't get much blood on my hands. If
Yeah,
I
I think that's
if I want to HOH this early, which I wouldn't because it's stupid to do so.
It's so dumb.
It really
When
is.
is the time to win an HOH? When do you think you start winning? I know that's subjective because it depends on where you are in the
Yeah.
house and all that.
Sure.
But I have my theory about when you should start.
Me personally, I wouldn't want it until at least the week before jury, if not jury,
Mm.
Yeah.
because this early, when you're still trying to figure out where everyone lies in the house and who alliances really are and who's going to really stick together towards the end of the game, you don't want to put much blood on your hands because it seems like, especially this season, it seems like everyone's just changing who they're aligned with on the daily. So honestly, I probably wouldn't until a week or two into jury, the way the game's being played right now. Unless I felt like I really needed it, like I was on the outs and I needed the safety blanket, then I would win. But like if I was chilling like everyone else is, or like I think Corey, for example, won't start winning HOHs for a couple more weeks. I feel like he's doing it pretty perfectly right now. Suri as well. Suri has talked about how she doesn't win any HOHs. So I'm with them. Not any time close to the start of the game.
I agree.
Because someone always does it. Riley did it this year. They win HOH week 1. They go home week 2.
Yep. Every time.
And Heisem, HOH, out
Yep.
the door,
Yeah.
I think Felicia's going to escape the HOH curse.
I think
Yeah.
I think she's going to be fine, but for a while, But
Yeah.
what do you think, Emma?
Yeah, I
When-
think that's probably. I think I'd probably want. The way that I would play probably is more of a like, not necessarily floater, but kind of like in the background, playing a quiet game for a little while, just to kind of suss out what's going on. That's kind of how I am normally. Like, I don't really come out of the gate really strong for many things, so I think I would try to like get in some alliances, just stay kind of in the background a little bit. So I probably would not want to win an HOH at this point. I would also try to put that off. But if I was to target somebody, yeah, it's like hard because like we're seeing all this information like right now. I'm like Suri would be the perfect, like it would be, pretty bold, but like I would want to like plant the seed probably for like a couple weeks ahead of time. Just be like Suri's kind of, like I don't know, try to like see if that could happen. But I'd probably go for somebody low stakes and just try to skate by a little bit farther as well and not put a target on my back.
And if you don't hit, when the time comes, I'm just thinking about because the only to me the core people you've got Red and Cameron as a group, you've got Corey and America as a group, you've got Jag and Blue as a group, and then you have basically the 4: Suri and Felicia and Izzy and Jared.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the big one. So to me, I would be, if they're aware of it, which we don't know how aware they are, but I think you got to have your ears on. I mean, you listen to Suri. Look what she's doing. She's listening. Who are they walking with? Oh, they walked in there. She is watching everything. She's got her spidey senses out. She is. She is.
She's brilliant.
See how I brought in Agents of Fandom?
Yes.
I mean, come on, let's give me a hand for that one.
That was perfect.
But I would say if you don't do a direct hit, I think Izzy is actually a really good, and they could sell it if they
That's
want,
true.
if Jag comes down or Blue comes down, you could sell Izzy,
Yeah.
and it blows up that thing. That's the only thing, that protection Cameron's supposedly under, which he's not, and they don't feel good about. But I would say, she wasn't happy. I think she's with other people. I just sell, and that weakens them a little bit. But
That makes
I
sense.
love
I think
it. I love watching it with you guys. This is fun.
It's so much fun.
it's so much fun. I do think with Suri, if Izzy goes on the block, I think Suri could be rather quick to cut ties with Izzy. I don't
That's
think
true.
it'll be as like dramatic. I don't think Suri is going to fight this hard this early to keep Izzy.
Yeah.
So
Which
here's
worries
what
me
I
for
would
Izzy.
do. Honestly, if Blue has this information, if Blue has the information that Jared is her son, then Blue can say she got it from Izzy. She could say, he told her,
true.
and she could lie and say, and just kind of feed it in there. Izzy's already told me.
Ooh, that'd be smart.
I mean, now Jared's dumb enough. You could probably
Yeah, he'd
sell
probably
it,
be like, "Oh, no, I didn't
but
do
just
that."
make sure that gets to Suri.
Yeah, that's a
Hey,
good point.
Izzy's. You know how she is. She's emotional,
Right.
and
Yeah, I think they could easily sell to Suri. Like, is she? Yeah, I don't I see her being loyal to Izzy, but until something like that were to happen, I could see her easily.
Would you play dirty like that, Emma? Would you play dirty?
I would like to think that I would, just because $750,000 is a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of money.
I
so
don't.
would
I
like
don't
to.
care if I'm the most hated
But-
player on Big Brother if I
Yeah.
walk away with
If I get that
$750,000.
Exactly. That's
Like
a
America
lot of
liking me
money.
is a bonus.
Yeah.
I'll be a cold-hearted bitch if I have to. Like,
I respect that fully.
I respect you for that. Yeah, you just went up. Yeah. I give you all the points back that I took away from you. So I love it.
I could really pay for a lot of stuff, so I would do what I need to do.
Yeah, sure.
every week when me and my friends watch Big Brother, we talk about what we would do with the money, and it just
Yes.
makes me realize how much money that really is. And like
It really
that's
is.
my student loans gone like that. Like
Exactly. I could just pay those suckers off. I could buy a new car, which I need. I could put a down payment on a house. There's a lot of stuff I could do with that money.
I could get my swimming pool.
There you go. Exactly.
Which was
I could go
such
to
a stupid
Air
thing to
Store.
say. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. And then I could just go shop. I could literally buy out I could buy as many books from Barnes and Noble as I want to, and that would be the dream.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
after I have $10 left after paying off my student loans and buying a car, then I can do it.
Hey, you know what? But you'd be out of debt. Isn't that a
That's
beautiful
true.
thing?
That would be
That's a
wonderful,
beautiful
'cause
thing.
that is never getting paid off ever.
I've just
Well,
accepted
I'm
my student
I'm
loans.
I'm Team Corey. I want him to win the 750,000, and then I also want him to get the girl. I want him in
Yes.
America to be, sweethearts at the end. I mean, if he's got $750,000, I imagine he
I'd
looks
be
a
like-
lot. It's like,
It looks
you
a
know
lot
what?
better. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get really
Because
good
he's
shot.
like she's like 27, right? Is
I
she
think
about 20? And he's like 22 or something like that.
Yeah, it always says college
Yeah.
student, so I just assume he's like 20 or 21.
He's
I guess
so,
it has to be 21 or 22.
One of my friend's friends actually goes to Vanderbilt, which is where Corey goes, and he's in the same major as Corey. And my friend tells us that like everyone around campus is just talking about how much they love Corey. So even when they get back to campus, like he's gonna be like a celebrity too.
He's gonna be a superstar. Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
awesome.
He just
I
seems like a
love
great
that.
guy. Like that's just telling. Like he just seems like a really good person.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for him.
Always wearing the pink hat and jacket on eviction night.
Yeah,
Always.
iconic.
I
It's
love it.
basically channeling Barbie, and I'm here for it.
I still haven't
Yeah.
seen it. Dang it.
Oh, you got to.
My God.
I
It's
know.
so good.
The people in my house they do not want to go see it, so I'm gonna have to sneak out by myself and go see it.
just Go see
It comes
that.
out on digital, I think, in 2 weeks, maybe
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah, I
So-
guess. I know, but I kind of want to see it in the big screen. I haven't seen anything
I
on the
haven't
big
seen
screen in a
anything
while.
either.
So
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one
course,
to see. It's a lot
the
of
Marvel ones are the ones I always want to see on the
Yes.
big screen. So
I know. I can't wait
I
for the
have- I-
Marvels.
oh,
Excited
That'd
for
be
that.
good.
Yeah.
you
I
know
just
we're gonna
wish-
have a dearth of a long period because of the actors,
Yeah.
writer strike.
It's
So
gonna be a lot.
we
But
better-
at least there's Lots of
Ticket to Reality will thrive. Yeah.
Exactly. We're thriving.
For us, it'll be, I guess.
Us on
Right.
Fandom Academy will have absolutely nothing to talk about, which is why I'll just keep coming on here.
Exactly. We're happy to have you anytime.
Always. You're amazing.
Yeah, this has been wonderful. Is there any last thoughts about Big Brother or something that you're looking forward to, reality show or otherwise this week?
Mimi is becoming one of my favorite players. That's all I have to
Yes,
say. She was so iconic
on
in
the
the pressure
cams
cooker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's great. Pressure
When she
cooker
looked
and
into the
entertainer.
camera and was like,
Yes.
"These bitches drive me crazy."
Yes.
I know.
They showed like the montage of all the
Yes.
people crying over stupid shit. It was
She's
so funny. She's so
Oh my
done.
God. That
By
was
the way,
so funny.
I think she's on my team. I'm just saying. You're.
There you go.
My team's gonna win. I feel it.
She could go far.
I love that stuff.
She is such a mood. Yeah, every time she's like, I just need to get into like the little storage area and like escape from these people. I feel that in my bones.
She's the one that works in the White House too, right?
Right.
Or in
Yeah.
DC, yeah. So she's probably used to bullshit.
So I think
It is still
I think
driving.
we're gonna see more game playing out of her. Honestly, I think she's playing way back, and she may be a better game player than we think.
Yeah.
McCall.
Yeah.
Is it Mimi or McCall? Or is
She goes by both. I think her name's
yeah.
McCall, but she goes by Mimi.
Gotcha.
McCall's
Yeah.
It's such an interesting. There's a lot of really interesting names this season.
There always are in Big Brother. Like there was
Yeah.
someone named Christmas, and I was just like, "That's."
What?
I love Christmas, the game player, but I was like, "That's a wild name."
That's a choice.
I remember
She
her.
was born on Christmas.
I remember her.
That's quite the name.
I'm still bummed, going back to the challenge, that Tyler and Angela broke up. I'm so bummed about it, but he's kind of, there's a lot of good stuff happening romance-wise if you want to watch the challenge with him and Alyssa, who's also from Big Brother. So
I'm glad
I love when Big Brother showmances last. Like Nicole and Victor, I love Nicole and Victor. Nicole Franzel is one of my favorite Big Brother players of all time. I love her.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That's
cool. There's so many good ones.
Yeah,
so many good ones.
I hope.
Did you like Paul with the beard? You remember that season? He came in second.
No, he drove me
You
crazy.
weren't a fan? I knew you were going to say that. That's I loved him. I'll be honest. You're wrong. You're wrong. Cut his feed. Cut his feed.
Well, this has been a wonderful discussion. CJ, we'd love to have you back anytime. Obviously, the rest of the season and some other any other time you want to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, let's just make him
Always
pay to be on. He should pay for a seat at the table.
I don't know if I can afford that right now.
Yeah, college is
I
tough
know.
times, so.
I know. Dang. Okay, we'll just bill you. We'll add it to your
add it to my tab.
Once you win Big Brother,
there you go.
You.
That's right. That's right.
You can give us a little cut of the.
Then I can have you guys pay to be on my my Big Brother winning famous podcast now.
Yes,
we'll do it. We'll be there. Tell her be there.
I love it. Well, I guess now TJ does all of the follow everything. Follow Agents of Fandom.
Go to the website. Maybe click on some articles.
Yeah, maybe click on a few articles. First follow.
We'll just here, I'm giving it our little pride stuff here. Here
First,
we go.
follow Ticket2Reality on Instagram and Twitter. Ticket2Reality. And then follow Agents of Fandom on all socials. It's Agents Fandom on TikTok and Twitter, I think. And then Agents of Fandom everywhere else. Check out the website. We always have great content. Lots of fun stuff for Ahsoka coming out. We also got, obviously, listen to Fandom Academy, where CJ is the co-host with Jaden and Layla, the resident youths of Agents of Fandom. We love them. And yeah, watch reality TV, listen to us, rate us 5 stars, subscribe on YouTube, all that fun stuff.
Make some comments.
Yep.
Tell us how good I am and how terrible CJ is. Exactly. We will love to hear that.
all the comments.
Keep all the comments. Bring them.
Well, This has been fun. I can't wait to talk more Big Brother next week. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye.